Okay, we got to talk about the recall. I waited a little bit to get some more of the data because a lot of people need to know a lot of things about it. First of all, what recall is this? Let's check the NHTSA site. Manufacturer name, Fisker Group. Number of potentially involved, 6864. So that's U.S. Oceans. Company phone, I would take that down. The recall population was determined using the production records of Fisker Ocean electric vehicles, okay? And the VIN number is not sequential, so that doesn't really help a lot. And remember, this is one of two. We'll get to the other one in just a second. The font sizing of the telltales does not comply. The brake malfunction must be red. The brake lining telltale does not light up. And the bulb check is missing. Next, it talks about the safety risks, and these compliance numbers, FMVSS, that's Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, and those are just the numbers of each compliance category that's out of compliance. The safety risks are, you don't get the warning, you could be distracted, you don't know what's really going on, and all that leads to reliability issues. The problem is you got a 3.2 millimeter height requirement for brake, park, and ABS, and it's only 1.7 on the Fisker Ocean before 2.1. Telltale indicators on the Ocean are amber, and they're supposed to be red in the US. The TPMS stuff doesn't stack up the right way. There's supposed to be certain blinks that happen at certain times for certain meanings, and these apparently are not compliant on the Ocean. The bulb check is bad, which is like a startup thing, and the flat tire and bulb check thing were found while investigating the telltale size. Involved components. There's your part number for your instrument cluster. You might want to take that down. Here's another part number, and more importantly, the manufacturer is listed here, which is big. Now we know who makes those screens. Next, you have the report on how it all went down. February, the contact started. End of May, the decision was reached on how to fix it. That's your first recall. Dealers notified before June 5th, owner notification letters completed on or before June 30th. And the update you need to fix this is 2.1. More on that later. On to the second recall. Same number of cars, same affected percentage. Once again, VIN number is not sequential. Software characteristics in the current MCU, that's motor control unit, and VCU, vehicle control unit, may cause the vehicle to enter a safe state protection mode. As a result, there may be a loss of motor power or motive power, with the vehicle losing torque and rolling to a stop. The gear may shift from drive to neutral and then to park when coming to a complete stop. This is the braking event. This unique and unusual situation can occur in specific use cases that trigger improper response from the controller's safety mechanisms. The conditions may include wheel slip on icy surfaces at low speed, driver changing from deceleration to acceleration at specific low speed conditions. Boy, that's vague. Repeated back-to-back maximum acceleration and deceleration. Incorrectly triggered drive unit fault monitors, including when activating the rear disconnect clutch or checking power supply voltage. Wow. Doesn't look like there are motor vehicle safety standards specific to this issue. It's just an Ocean-specific thing. An electric motor shutdown can cause a lost drive power, increasing the risk of a crash. I didn't write the grammar. There is no warning prior to activation failsafe mode. The powertrain system warning lights will only illuminate once failsafe mode has been activated. That is exactly what happened to me in February. Here's your part numbers and component information on the VCU and the software for it. Component manufacturer, Magna. Here's your chronology. December 2023, software was released for road testing. Winter testing discovered the unusual case. March, validation test confirmed and unique case fixed. April 25th, software update was released to update the powertrain modules. Fisker is not aware of any accidents or injuries related to this issue. Just the pride in the pants. Remedy, update MCU and VCU software. Software upgrade modifies torque safety monitor thresholds. Software version 2.1. Necessary upgrades to modify the torque safety monitor thresholds, adapting them to unique driving scenarios, like checking power supply voltage, or changing from deceleration to acceleration at specific low-speed conditions. Improved software for the powertrain and modules was installed starting May 29th at the vehicle assembly plant in Austria. Notification to dealers expected to occur on or before June 5th. Mailing of notification letters to owners expected before June 30th, even though the planned dealer notification date states both of those dates. And now we need to talk about what we do. First, let's look at some Fiskerify data. These are counts of version numbers for people who have installed Fisker 5. We've got 23 with 1.0.29, one person with 1.11, 4 people with 1.11 1 of 2, 253 people with 2.0, 2.0 1 of 2, which is where this event occurs, at least based on my knowledge. There's 18 of those. 56 people have 2.1, and one person has 2.1 1 of 2. Based on this, about 85% of oceans are going to need this 2.1 update. That said, this is the information that was provided in a Business Wire article for who to contact. I would do all of it. Click on the Contact Us, click on Vehicle Service Request, and let them know you would like to get the 2.1 update, as it's a safety concern that you don't have it. And if you're curious as to what I typed in this box, I'd like to get a schedule for the 2.1 software update, as there are outstanding recalls for cars without it. Based on the recalls, this vehicle may not be safe to drive without the update. Actions like these will get you towards the front of the line if there is a line being established. I had great success with Fisker in getting service because I was aggressive and determined, and I do not accept the word no or later. I only accept now. After filling out the digital form, I would call the number and very politely tell the representative you would like an appointment for your recall software update because you feel your Ocean is unsafe to drive without it. And this is not the first time that Fisker has had a problem. It's just the first time we've been legally required to see it. Here's the technical service bulletin for the vents. All vehicles manufactured before August 7th, 2023 may present a potential to mechanical failure, leading to breaking components. For that reason, on a customer complaint basis, test the vent using the diagnostic steps provided on the bulletin. I want you to look at that phrase, on a customer complaint basis. Making a contact makes an impact, and you have no legal leg to stand on unless you've tried these contacts. Here's the technical service bulletin for the hood. Hood attachment rivet nuts may come loose and start spinning when trying to remove or reattach the attachment bolts. The excessive use of force, such as power tools, for removing bolts securing the hood to the upper metal bracket can damage or break loose the rivet nut. When this happens, a new rivet nut needs to be attached to the vehicle. I wonder how many of these rivet nuts were broken with power tools before they realized this. Later in the bulletin, it states, do not use these tools. Any power tool that can generate more than 24 Newton meters is strictly forbidden from being used to remove the hood bolts. Ignoring this crucial step can damage the rivet and cause it to start spinning with the bolt. So now you know more about the recall and that this is not the first time that this kind of thing has happened with the Ocean. I recommend you use the contacts listed in this Business Wire article as they have been published by a legitimate publication as the way to communicate about this recall. Finally, I do have 2 reports on my channel in the comments. They are unconfirmed that people have received 2.1 over the air. If you have, let me know down below. And that's it for now. Join Patreon or become a YouTube member for early access to videos. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hey, smash the like button.
Thank you.